Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing FreeCodeCamp. We're going to be doing the learn basic debugging by building a random background color changer. Learn debugging, we're going to find any issues and fix them, and then it says in this project you will help a camper bot build a random background color changer and help them find and fix problems or errors. So this is how the project looks, and don't forget to subscribe and like if you find it helpful. So it does give us the hex code. It has a main heading and then a button that changes the background color and also the hex code. So I'm gonna start coding, and in step one it says CamperBot is trying to build out a random background color changer, but they keep running into issues and need help debugging the code. So CamperBot already had added the HTML and CSS, which you can see over here, and says when they open the console they see this error: syntax error, unexpected, comma, at line. So in line 2 through 5 or 5 through 2. So over here the problem is that every other in array to separate values we need a comma at the end. So we're just gonna add the comma at line 4 and 5 and also 6. Now we can see the background, the default background. So now Campbell is trying to create a function that will return a random index from the dark colors array, but they will have to run the following error message: math is not defined. So it says a reference error is thrown when a non-existing variable is referenced. So Campbell is trying to use math, but JavaScript doesn't have a math object. So we're gonna fix the error in the math random line and open the console up again. So we can open the console up on the top right next to the preview, and we do see this error. So the problem over here is in order to use the math object, we just need to capitalize this M. And this is the correct syntax for it or reference for it. So now we can see in the console, it does log a random number. Or it actually logs the length of dark colors array and then it gives a random number. So in this number we can use to choose later on, I believe. So now step 3, it says now that the reference error is resolved, the console is displaying the correct result for a random number between 0 and 9. So like I said, it's like Campbell has said that it doesn't expect to see decimal numbers like this, which we did before. So we open up the console and we see a decimal number. So we're going to update the console statement to print a whole number between 0 and 9. So this was done previously in a role-playing game, the role-playing game course. So the number rounded down to the nearest whole number. I think in order to do this, we will need math.int, and then so we have math.int and then the previous code we had math.int. So let's see, math random, open this up, or even so let's see what it has. So some methods it has, we gotta find one that brings it down to the whole number. But I think it might be yo, never mind. Always rounds up. So that rounds up. math.round. So this rounds up as well, but let's see if this works. So math.round. I don't believe it should work. So we could do math.round over here. And no, even though we do see it, but it's to the nearest. So we gotta round down instead of up. So what we could do is math method to round down. It's math.floor instead of what I had previously, which was round. So math.floor, just like this. Now we do see it down to the lowest integer, round down to the lowest integer. So now step 4. Okay, so we're just gonna wait for this to load. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're gonna see the full steps in this video. Now it says for step 4, it says CamperBot is finished building out the getRandomIndex function as it is working as expected. Now there's an issue trying to create a reference to the body element in the DOM. So a type error means that the code we're trying to perform an operation on a value that is not expected, not of the expected type. So we're going to fix this type error by updating document.querySelector. So for this step, it was just that this needed to be camel cased, like most methods are. So now for step 5, it says CampBot has created a new variable called bg hex code span element. So to store the reference to the span element with the ID of the hex code, bg hex code. However, when they try to log that variable to the console, they get null. So null represents the absence of value, and in this case, CampBot is not passing the correct selector to document.querySelector method. So fix the current code so that the correctly selects the element with the ID of bg hex code. Let's go back to our index. We do see the ID of bg hex code, which is going to be the output right here of the hex code. So close that index. So this is correct, but when we're using query selector, it needs to know if it's ID or a hash or a class. So a class will be a period at the beginning, but since this is the ID, it will be a dash like that. So now step 6 is that now CamperBot has created a function called change background color that changes the background color of the page to a random color from the dark colors array. And the function also displays the hex code. So when CamperBot tests out the function, they notice that the background color is not changing and the text is showing as the following: undefined. Excuse me. So undefined shows up because the color variable is not being set correctly. So we're going to fix the error, and we're also going to set the random color from the dark colors array. So over here, Let's see what we did over here. Okay, so the problem over here, let's fix the dark colors uh, array. So for here, everything is correct, but there's only one thing that's missing. This get random index is a function. So in order to call a function, we would need the parentheses at the end of this. Now we do see the correct color being output. So now what we gotta do is, so we did the first part in the line, so the color variable is set to a random color from dark colors array. Oh, that was it, I believe. Okay, so step 7, it says compile is trying to create a new variable called button to store the reference to the button element with the ID of click button. However, when they console log the button element to the console, so when they log the button to the console, you see that the button element is null. So we're going to open up the index.html like we did previously to see the course ID name for the button element. So to fix so we're going to be fixing this. So we have this click button, and in order to reference this where it is, we go to our index, and if we go back, oops, if we go back, it says that, so the button, so we already created a variable called button. We're gonna select the ID of click button. Go back to index. We do see, I don't see a click button, but I do see a button, btn, for a class and ID. So what we could do, this should be just button, btn, since the click button doesn't exist. So now for step 8, Campbell has finished building out the random color background color changer. However, when they click the button, the background does not change. If we go console, nothing happens. Looks like they're trying to use the on-click property, but they are using it incorrect. So we're going to fix the error in the button.click. So remember that you worked with on-clicks properties in the role-playing game project. So we look back at the final solution and see how the on-click was used properly. So over here, this is showing, so on the button click, we want to change the background color. So we're going to be calling this in, we could try it both ways. So let's try this way first. So we're going to do over here, we're going to do button dot add event listener. And this is going to be a click. And then every time we click it, we are going to change the background by this function. This is not a function, so we do have to use the other way. So we could do over here, we could do button on click is equal to a function just like this. Then we're gonna have the curly braces with the actual function name, which is change background color, and it should be just change background color to a on click property. I mean, I don't know why they made it so difficult. So let's see, try one more thing. Can't believe I forgot this. It's alright. So what we could do, so let's reset this first. So what we have here is a button on click is equal. So this is not working correctly. It's saying it's having a reference error. So what we could do is maybe, oh, it might have been because this doesn't need the function call. If this is the problem, oh yeah, that was the problem. All right, that was it. So that was it for FreeCodeCamp. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful. Please subscribe and like if you do find it helpful. Thank you.